of thing because it hurts.
How bent are they, though?
I was going to say.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Corkscrew.
Look, I've had a guy bent almost at a 90, like a full 45 degree angle.
Wow.
How does that happen?
By nature. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe he needed some sort of a snip or something to release.
I've heard of broken dicks.
Oh, yeah, I've broken a dick.
Have you?
It's a gold coast.
In the worlds before Monkey, primal chaos reigned.
It's a beautiful Tuesday in Burleigh Heads, and welcome to Crissy Lee Bates.
Hello, thank you for having me back.
You radiant thing, you. And hello, Rika Waters.
Hello.
My equally as spunky co-host.
Thank you.
And who's that sitting on your lap? It's Greasy Belcher. Say good day, Greasy.
She's winded.
He's all the way back from Ireland.
How's it going?
Good, mate. It's
Good
great.
to see you.
Hang around at the end of this podcast to hear our rabble that we did for 45 minutes or something before we pressed record right now. But g'day, Crissy.
Hey,
I'm going to tell everyone that's listening right now what actually happened. We spoke for, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
And then the MacBook Pro restarted itself and totally ruined everything. And I was speaking from the heart. I'll tell you
I know.
now.
I just want to hear you say all that again.
All right.
That was beautiful.
Once I was standing on a hill. You know, it was windy.
Medallion flapping in the wind.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I think we should start in a different way. Because I can't do it again. It's like when you...
Yeah.
I've done this so many times where the thing didn't record. And to me, I relate it to, when you send a big email and it doesn't send. How can I write that again?
Yeah.
You can't say it again.
You just move on to something else.
Yeah.
It's like it's gone.
So, how are you, Crissy Lee Bates?
I'm good, thanks.
Spunking in here like the spunk you are.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to make this intro worse. I can
know.
feel it. You have to talk in there, Rika. Come
I
on.
have to talk into the mic.
Even better than that. Come on.
Okay.
Make it. Oh, I see the problem. Hang on. Let me help you out.
Your mic's not plugged in.
There you go. Really swing that over.
Yeah, but then Greasy can't.
He can. He'll swing it back. All right. But really, it's important to me. So, Crissy. Oh, sorry.
Welcome back. Okay, I'll start.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about how Chrissy broke her ribs. I thought it was a funny story. You have to tell
The
that
tram
again.
story.
Okay, I'll tell you. I've been laying on my couch for about a month because I've got fractured rib, torn cartilage, and torn intercostal muscles from my rib, off my rib, from an incident that happened in mid-December, a Christmas party. I'd not drank all year, basically, and that night was the night that I decided to have 1.5 glasses of red wine. Went straight to my head. Anyway, cut a long story short, we were on a tram after dinner and I said, I reckon I could do a pole trick like I used to.
In the tram.
Yeah, in the tram with the weird shaped poles that's like small, like normal pole at the bottom, normal pole at the top, and then branches out into 3 for about, 1.5 meters or something. So heaps of people can hold on to it kind of thing without touching hands.
It's going to be a really good trick.
Yeah, I know. I'm going
Are you going to Google tram
How
poles?
good?
Yeah.
Hey, on Instagram, I follow a few, like, Rocks Fit, I think they call it on the Gold Coast. Like, a few, oh, man. Can you do those tricks?
I
Like,
used
how
to be
good
able
did
to.
you, yeah?
You need good core strength, and I haven't
And
really
good ribs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So if I haven't been to the gym for 6 months since I had my knee operation. So I feel really unfit and I don't feel at my best.
Right.
So if I had have been a bit fitter, I probably would have
That's what
avoided
she's
this
talking about.
much injury. Yeah. Yeah. See?
not just-
Did I describe
Oh,
it well?
my goodness, no, because you
Oh.
described it.
Show me this.
Is that a Gold Coast tram?
That's see the back. That's the
Yeah, well, I
no,
wasn't...
because when you like described it, I thought the
It was
part that
sticking out
branched,
more.
the part that branched out was about
me
that
too.
short.
I
or that,
swear, like it
That's the
goes
whole
in like
pole.
that.
Wow.
You did a pole dance on that.
Yeah, I hung on to one of the poles and tried to swing up, but I swear the one that I swung on had more of a like
some
a
sort of
bend
bell thing.
at the bottom. Yeah, because
You're right.
it smashed me in the ribs as I was using all my strength to flip up, and it smashed me in the ribs and did all that damage.
Oh, so it was
And-
the smash in the ribs.
Yeah, it was blunt
Were you
force
drunk?
trauma.
Did you?
I was. I don't know. After 1.5 red wines.
1.5 red. Well, see,
I
that's not
wasn't.
12.
I shouldn't have been drunk, but I must have been just confident enough to just pretend I could still pole dance. I don't know.
But can I tell you something, right? Here I am drinking a 4.2% Guinness, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I go to a gig, I'll always drink red wine because it's like, it warms up my throat and all that sort of stuff. But really, it's like, it's a confidence booster. If you have a quick red wine, then you instantly...
just
ooh.
like...
It's like
yeah.
having 3 beers. It really is.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's 12%. Red
Yeah.
wine's 12%. And if I could have a 5% beer right now and be half pissy.
Yeah.
There's
So I must...
a lot to be said between the
Yeah.
percentages of alcohol. And how long was your, you hadn't drank for how long?
Probably about 10 months.
Oh my
I
God.
Think. Pretty
Yeah.
much all of last year.
That would have gone straight.
Was
to
it New Year's or something?
Oh, it was a Christmas party, so it was
Yeah.
about 13th of December it was, yeah.
And so you braved it out, you
I
smashed.
braved it out. I just pretended. I just went, oh, well, that was a fail. I didn't let on that I was injured, and I just handled it, and when I got back to my car, I ended up driving home. I was okay to drive.
Yeah.
And I knew there was something wrong. It's even painful now. I'd have to undo this.
Oh, hello.
But yeah.
Drew's got a sore rib too.
I'll work through it. I won't tell anyone.
But, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, the bone will heal in 6 weeks, but the cartilage,
Yeah.
12 weeks, they reckon. So
Grease-
I'm out.
Everyone knows Greasy and I did a bit of boxing. And the one thing that messes everyone up in any sport, anywhere, it turns out to be ribs. Like,
Okay.
ribs are the thing that is around every single movement you do. You laugh, you do.
Yeah.
Everything you do is involved with your ribs, breathing.
Drinking tea, I couldn't do that for the first 2 weeks. I couldn't even lift up a heavy mug because everything's connected.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I?
I busted my back in Bali. I got food poisoning. I was vomiting so violently that I disconnected a rib from
Wow.
and I could feel it. I could put my hand on my torso and feel the ribs sticking out from all the rest, all the way around, like it popped up and out. And it was so painful, I couldn't sleep. I was rocking back and forward all night. And then I eventually got booked into like this chiropractor, osteopath dude. And he was an Australian guy over there. And he put the heat lamps on my back and massaged it and popped it all back in. But man, when it was out, it was like walking around with a spear hanging around out of your back. It was awful.
It was in the news
Wow.
today on the radio that someone sneezed with their mouth shut and blew a hole in their neck
No way.
today.
Really?
They went and blew a hole in their neck. Oh, you may laugh, Rika. You may laugh, but
They must have had a very
this is serious.
No, but I.
esophagus.
Yeah, no, I was told never to hold your nose when you want to sneeze because I was told that it can pop all your veins in your eyes.
That's the last time I tried holding the fart.
How about when you meet a girl for the first time and you spend the first 3 months holding in all your farts as a man? Like,
That's how the guy did his neck.
I heard that the other day and went, oh yeah. Oh, and then it comes, and then you cross over that boundary at some point in the relationship. These poor, beautiful women have to just
Endure the
yeah.
stench.
Did we talk
Yeah,
about
but-
it the last time, Chrissy, when you were here?
No, we didn't talk
How
about
can I
farting.
understand how you ladies have to put up with our hairy asses? We smell like if you look at it from we see beauty and all the shapes and like it. I feel like I'm so lucky to be a man to see, like to be attracted by these beautiful, like
Yeah.
everything's clean and nice and amazing. But it turns out you guys, it took me like 30 years to understand. Like, oh yeah, as a matter of fact, for some reason you guys
We
are attracted to these stinky bastard, like hairy, treat you like shit most of the time.
What is wrong
They're
with us?
self-obsessed. Like,
Hey, if this is
Yeah,
an
when you put it
intervention,
that
I'm
way.
leaving.
but it just it blew my mind. So, and that was my when I first moved to Surrey Hills in Sydney. That's like a block away from where the Mardi Gras is.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so all my neighbours were gay. It was like he's a kid from Logan moving to the gayest part of Surrey Hills, going to an acting school where I was like one of only 6 dudes and 2 of the guys were gay. Right?
Wow,
It was like a real wow, wow, this is amazing. Got heaps of birds, by the way.
I bet.
The one hetero dude in the whole town.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
where's I going with this?
You were talking about the night you ended up with those 2 gay guys.
Oh yeah, his name was Barry. No,
He was a hermaphrodite.
yeah, and it was my first realization as a bogan from Logan. You go, no, if you're gay, you're clearly to be attracted to a man. Like it was my first adult thought, really, long time ago. Going, man, you're either attracted to that or you're not. There's no way. When I'm in love with women, like, and everything about a woman, like, and everything they smell, like, the whole thing. There's never a time where you cross into that other boundary.
You know pretty young that you're not gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about that football
When
team?
did you get confused about this, Drew?
I didn't, but, next minute I was, hanging out in gay bars and stuff, like having beers with all these blokes, and just like Eddie Murphy's joke. Just like Eddie Murphy's joke in whatever, like, I can hang out and drink with these guys, yeah, no worries. But the difference is, after we play tennis, I go home and drink beer, you guys go suck dicks. We're the same otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Crissy, we got this rough start because we've already started it. But yeah, I want to inform everyone who is listening to this show that you have to go back and listen to an episode that we did it wasn't that too long ago, like 3 or 4 months ago, maybe 15 episodes for us though. Yeah. Where the most amazing woman in the world, Crissy Lee Bates, walked into this studio and completely blew us away. There was Rika and I.
Did you listen to that podcast?
Yeah. It took me a while to listen to it because I was afraid of of whether I would stand by it still, I wasn't. Right. I was just nervous. Yeah. But the one time that I decided to listen to it, I had to drive to the Gold Coast, so there's an hour and 20 for me. When I got there, I stayed in the car for about half an hour still listening, and I couldn't wait to get back in the car to drive home to listen to the rest of it. And when I got to home, I sat there in the car for another half an hour until I was, till I'd heard it all. Yeah. I was really happy with it.
Yeah, cool.
I was scared because I know it was so full on. It went into so much detail and it spoke about some forbidden things, and I just wasn't sure, like, wow, it's a piece of digital history now. It's there. Yeah. But then when I listened to it, I was like, no, I back everything. I back everything that I say. I'm proud of it.
Yeah, big time. And you know what?
Well, I don't think it wasn't like, it's got an XXX rating, hasn't it?
I don't know. I think of it more as an educational, probably from all the douchey things I said. Yeah.
The topic was probably adult topic, but it wasn't sleazy. It was.
Of course not.
It was informative.
Informative,
well, I thought so,
I always say to people, I'm lucky that you were there, Rika, because you were at the time you were my new co-host. Even though I've known you for years, but you were my new co-host, and if I had have been doing that show alone, and by the way, Crissy Lee Bates came in and did what she's famous for. Doing a squirt show. Yeah. Right? You have to look that up. I'm talking squirting for meters. Yeah. And being able to repeatedly do it on cue with her toys in such a way that was just incredible to me. It was,
he talks about it like it's a sport, hey?
Yeah, I think it should be.
What you could do is paint yourself marble colour and just go be in the park and be a fountain for a few minutes.
Oh my God. Commonwealth Games are coming.
You could prank people at the Commonwealth Games.
Write that down. Tom Tate.
We've got an idea for you, mate. It's going to cost you.
That's actually pretty good.
And we need some marble paint. We've never heard of that before.
Yeah, so, I'm not going to repeat what I've already just said before it was thing, but yeah, you have a